No, the quiz you will be seeing is from the original user. To avoid copyright issue, I cut out the parts from the original video and added with a different effect. That way it will not cause any copyright issues. Basically, no, I just cut out from the original video, not the full part. I hope this will be helping for the YouTube community and enjoy the video. Enjoy. Throughout the history of mankind, back in the late century before technology, there was the royalty, and those who would claim the throne, they become king or queen of the kingdom or land. And such, those who had worthy of the throne from the royal blood or even taking power, they would deem the throne of the worthy king or queen. Like the Black Panther, the King of Wakanda, and the King of the Dead of Marvel Comics. And Kamen Rider Zi-O, the future Demon King of Kamen Riders. Now, for this debate, I am gonna be including the King of Dead. Seeing how much the Zi-O power is contained, we'll be using the King of the Dead to make it fight very much fair, seeing how much it's capable of. My name is Deathstroke24, and my Johnny Lines D2 competitor to see who will win in a deadly duo. From the beyond of our continent, there is a kingdom or even a city that beats none of us. Besides Atlantis, there's Wakanda, inhabited by people containing the special metal of vibranium. And such, it is protected and served by the land of the Black Panther. For those who are unaware, those who claim the title of Black Panther will soon become the King of Wakanda, such as T'Challa. T'Challa was a Wakandan and along his father, he was next in line under King of Wakanda rule, since he is having to be his own sort. And basic enough, he had to go around the world, train and also learn and perfecting himself to the limit, to martial arts, to logic, and even computer smarts. Once he's done, he returned home to Wakanda. However, when he gets home, he found out that his own father had died, assassinated by an unknown assassin. After his father's death, he must claim the throne of the Black Panther until to become the new king and taking his father's place. Okay, for those who don't know, there's plenty of Black Panthers around the world, around every age. Ever since the barbaric age, the Black Panthers have been given titles nearly every year, and T'Challa wasn't next in the line, and he take all the tasks to become the Black Panther, and even taking herbs as well. Well, no, not like drug herbs, but more like special kind of healing process. After completing his trials, and also being his uncle in the fight, he claimed the title of the King of Wakanda, and even been spirited by the Panther God, including among the previous Black Panthers. Soon after, T'Challa will become the ruler of Wakanda and protector of it. He'll be known as the Black Panther. To be fair, I feel like I never actually give this guy credit. I mean, I feel like that because, well, comparing from the other 2 episodes I let him appear in, and like Django and Ganon, it pretty much ticked off everyone. So I feel like the final season, I will be putting him back. Since, I mean, he is a popular vote. Anyways, he is King of Wakanda and now currently a King of the Dead. Well, fun fact. Anyways, he has plenty of knowledge, including some strength and also rare abilities, such as mystical knowledge, where he has some knowledge in a mirror that is able to increase his strength and logic. He also has enchanted senses, where he can sense the dark and also catch scents half a mile away. He also has metal shields, where he is able to metal defense to himself, including his mind as well. He also is a master tactician when he comes to plan ahead of outcome, even digging 2 steps ahead of his enemies and 3 steps against his friends. He mostly is a master combatant after all, because he did learn every single fight style in the world, even mastering all known weapons, to guns, swords, etc., including firearms, and knowing how to use them. And knowing that, he also has genius intellect. It's stated from both Tony Stark and Reed Richards, he's the 8th smartest man in the world, and have been considered by them himself, even showing that he able to be only people who can able to keep up and create shadow physics, and knowing that he is a master planner, which he high intellect, and with it, he can come up with plans, including game plans to insert. Of course, not any character is not perfect without their arsenal. Personally, the vibranium suit. The vibranium suit is contained of vibranium, the same kind of metal who is created to make Captain America's shield. With it, it can able to source and energy. It can produce extreme defense and higher level, of course, and respond for durability, along with an anti-metal claws, which is surprisingly can cut to any metal like the Wolverine claws. Not only that, the suit also contains with boots. Not any special, it's kind of actually special boots that are able to walk on water. He also has energized gauntlets, special kind of ones that are able to create energy costs, including damage to contact, and even enough energy. And not only that, it also contains with a teleport device. We're able to teleport him to far or close distance at range. He also has a clothing device, can able to turn himself into invisible without anyone even seeing. He also has the force fields, can able to protect him from any kind, including defending himself. He has the EMP devices, and able to take out any electronic device. Explosives that pretty much use explosives to be much more powerful enough to harm Namor, the first mutant. He also has the flash marbles, where he used those to blind people and act like a bank grenades. He also has energy daggers, which contain a cable to display defense, such as force shields. He also has a flying bike for some reason that, well, he mostly uses it for transportation and high speeds. I have no idea why a guy like Black Panther need a flying bike. It does seem stupid. But not only that, he also had the Wakanda brain version of the Hulkbuster. And basically it's similar to the Hulkbuster that Iron Man made, but the only difference is it equipped with a sonic gun strong enough to put down the Hulk, and capable to train bullets with it and absorbing it as well. He also had a burn shield taken by the Black Knight, able to deflect and also most of mystical attacks, even absorbing energy directed to a range currently away, of course. But one of the most impressive things about Black Panther is the King of the Dead. In this state, T'Challa can able to connect to every Black Panther there ever existed. It also granted him to able to control the undead, increase his presence immense. So basically now it's kind of like saying he had the Force, but more like ancestor version. He also, in contained with it, he can able to form the spirit spear. It can able to manifest a spirit spear that can able to destroy or harm the souls of the living or dead, or undead at best. And knowing that he could able to summon ghosts of ancient ancestors of the Black Panthers, or even from Wakanda before it. So basically now, he could create an army of spirits and ancestors. To be fair, Black Panther definitely earned the title of the King of Wakanda for many reasons. He able to team up with Captain America and Sharon Connor to defeat an imposter of Zemo, rescue Goliath, Wasp, and Hawkeye from the Grand Reaper himself, successfully defeat his uncle, and even earn the title and become the King of Wakanda. Survive a zombie outbreak in Marvel vs. Zombies Dead Days thanks to the help of before post zombie re-regime and Ant-Man best. He able to beat Namor in a fist fight, even dodging Goliath's through into him by an alternate universe Hulk within nanoseconds. And knowing that, he able to speed blitz the Wolverine. The same Wolverine can able to react in multiple nanoseconds at least. And knowing that, his passive pieces are so amazing, he can able to defeat Claw, Wolverine, of course, Red Skull, Namor, and even Dr. Doom, well, before he gets a Beyonder form, definitely earns the title of King. That's pretty impressive. However, Black Panther is still a mortal man under that armor. Even without it, he's still strong, but still, it's worth mentioning that the Vibranium is not invincible. It's been shown that it can be still overpowered and also be damaged when in a force, and he is somewhat arrogant, but his intentions can be used against him if he can react once. It's kind of like Spider-Sense, but based on mess. But despite the flaws, Black Panther is definitely the right man to defend his own kingdom. Black Panther will do anything to protect Wakanda, rather team up with heroes or villains. He's willing to restore his honor, including the people's name. In short, if you dare threaten to Wakanda, the last thing you should do is to pray mercy to the Black Panther.
Today, we fought as one, for the glory of Wakanda!
In the year 2068, the world had become rubbish. Ever since the 19th Rider had been done, there was a new one, but however, he, unlike other writers, he gave the new era the Iron Fist, annihilating armies at once. And such, he became a king, the Demon King, known as Zi-O. It started out with Zuko. Anyways, Zuko, as stated that he is a high school schooler. And such, he is failed at science or even some kind of class that he failed to, and apparently have a rough life. Although he does spend time with his uncle and working on a clock shop of sort. I mean, that's coincidence, right? However, two mysterious people from the future named Gates and Turner stated that Zuko cannot become the Kamen Rider Zi-O, because in their future, the Zi-O and his future self ruled the year of 680, or is it, sorry, get a little puzzle here, that ruled the world, and such that Zuko almost denied the offer. However, a person named Wazi stated that he must become a king, to not just serve his own rule, but also his own power. It's his actual destiny to become him, and such he must make a choice to Zuko, either become the next Zi-O, otherwise things might happen to him. And it does happen actually. A bunch of people call themselves the time jerkers or jackers are basically up possessing people to become monster riders, and such they turn a basketball player into another rider, another build, and such it contains the power of build and erasing the history of the main character. Well, only Bill, of course. But anyways, without a choice, Zuko had no choice to accept Waz's deal. And such, he dons the time belt and turning him into Kamen Rider Zi-O. And personally, enjoyed the episodes. He later denied becoming Demon King, but then he tried kinda like a multiverse thing, but kinda, and such that he'll find ways to defeat and alter his own future. Yeah, you know, back in the future where Morty's future is pretty much a alternative. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but taking place in a different kind of area. And such, Zuko, even though he is a still schooler, is the king of Kamen Riders, and also being known as the Demon King in his future. Or is it? Okay, besides that, throughout his adventures, he gained some few abilities actually. He gained also historic knowledge. It's based on knowledge through every history throughout time and space. Remembering historic figures such as Ron Dawn. He also the King of Liberator, where he shows that he's able to understanding how people are behave. And also time protection, where he gives several abilities, allowing him to manipulate time as a witch. And surprisingly, he also had the time reversal, where he is able to reverse time, allow him to redo a certain event and change the future. However, it's so far that performing the ability is twice to reverse the death of 2 people. He also has a dream ability, where he is able to use dreams at best, can able to cause him to enchantly them into the timeline. So it's kind of like an event to the original. And surprisingly, he also has the restricted ability that to see someone's or some people's past through his full ability. While it may not be shown in as full effect, but this shows that he can able to understand people's life or even gain some advantages to, let's say, learning their history and then using it to as his own advantage. Of course, we cannot forget the arsenal. He had the Zuko driver. It's based on his transportation belt. He also the ride watches, were based on a contain amount of device of Kamen Riders stopwatches that have power source for Kamen Riders into the rider system. He also had the rider holder with just a strap up to hold the rider switches. He also had the rider strap with just basic rider striker. It's playing a part of a vehicle and a time machine at the same time, which is to say that the time machine is a type of time machine where basically now transferred to modes. He also has the rider hits his saber, where a personal weapon while using it in a decay armor, which is going to start later, use it to gain powers from different riders. Now, since we're still on the topic of ride watches, each rider watches have different abilities and has the different ones as well. For example, build, where he uses it, he was a drill crusher, and he can able to use it to yield abilities of both rabbit and tank. He also has the X-ray armor, where giving him gauntlet breakers at best, and allows him to crush opponents with it. Boris had 2 modes, rocket and flight mode. He also has the O's armor, where as it gains ability of powers of O's, and gives him a sense of direction. The Guy armor grants him a 6 giants on Z, which are known as swords, and give him open crack portals with the lock seeds. He also has the decay armor which causes intense riders, which is to transfer into super forms. W is pretty much the same, but they refines it. And the cool armor is just the similar back from the Koga power, the original one. Although if I say the 2 power ones is Zi-O 2. We're basing on getting able to see through the future, predicting his enemy's moveset, movements, including preventing they are unaware of his future sight or move slow enough for him to prepare a counterattack. But his most powerful one known to date is the Grand Zi-O form. In this state, he'll tap in a statue of a rider once to able to summon a rider from specific timeline. Once he tried for 20, he summons a weapon from the Rider universe, and finally, when he taps his own statue for all of them, he can either freeze time and then using them to attack at once. So basically, multiple attack at once, but in a cheap movement in arcades at least. But anyways, with these, Zi-O had performed some several feats. He can able to stand toe to toe with his future self, even though he lost a few times. Managed to catch up with Panther and Quacko speeds. He will trade blows with Gates and also in his Gordo and also Sippo transformation. And was he able to trick both Gates and Trigger into watching another Wizards magic show for some reason, he would take advantage of Wasu to make cooperating with him and Gates. He even managed to defeat Counter Decay and Decay Armor up build and essay mode. Plus, in an alternate timeline or even in some way, he able to become the Demon King in the future and even annihilate some armies. And with around help of Gates, he still defeat some other riders such as another Bill, another X-Aid, another Force, another O's, W, Ghost, and Gaim, including his another Zi-O and Dio. That's pretty impressive for one person. Although after considering any flaws is pretty much his few, such as his poor academic performance when he is opposed to science and current subjects. He also had poor gaming skills, which he failed several times in My X. He also had future sense, even though with this, it can still be exploited by opponents who are super fast like Gates and also Punch-Hopper. And he can't still be defeated by usual cosmic rare power at the same as his own. For example, when he faced off with his demon self, or as a Demon King or Preacher One, he still lost to him even though he had the most powerful forms, including when he been defeated by Counter Drive when in his Grand Zi-O form. Yeah, not present and such and more. However, despite the flaws, Kamen Rider Zi-O / Zuko is pretty much a Kamen Rider. He deemed the title of the Demon King for a reason. He defeated other riders. Even though the series haven't ended yet, he's still proven that he can still fight no matter what. Even though he may not be the future self, this is one word you should kneel and rejoice, otherwise it's execution. Alright, Cavs have been done analyzed, but before I feel who's the winner, let's go see the results that you guys voted, shall we? Let's go! Alright, over about 19 votes, that Black Panthers get 94.7 out of voting, while Kamen Rider Zi-O get 5.3% of the voting. And surprisingly, how many times did this episode get a low voting percentage? Anyone? I don't remember. Anyways, there's only about a few comments, so let's get to it. Alright, okay, I don't know what the first one is, but in honesty, he said that Resistance is still super to, so he's solo. I think he preferred to Black Panther, and then Master Ultra Instinct Death Sonic 890 stated that Black Panther destroys Zi-O. He also said that if there ain't equipment that break vibranium, Sonic Shaduk.exe stated if I use a comic or movie. I said comment, so Shaduk stated Black Panther. And Joshua James said that Zi-O is gonna win this fight for good reasons. He said that he have all single legendary rider powers imaginary. He also have includes Force, Decay, and even Build. He also have access to every final form in the legendary rider, etc. But nobody said he could not, and Mr. J said that Black Panther wins. Anyways, there's some good times. Now let's get the winner. And the winner between two kings from different universes is the Black Panther. Yeah, compared for the votes, it's not pretty it's pretty obvious that Black Panther gonna win. Although I have some reasons that Black Panther win and what might be the powers that Zi-O can able to do to keep the battle at bay, but even though he still lost. But I feel like the Kamen Rider fans gonna be angry at me that Zi-O lost even though the series haven't ended. So with that being said, let's get to the categories. Alright, let's get the speed category out with, because let's be honest, well, Zi-O have kept up some powerful opponents such as Kamen Rider Zi-O, but however, Black Panther gets the speed advantage because basically now it's been shown that Black Panther can able to react and also deflect and kept up in faster than light speed levels, such as the Wolverine now milliseconds or nanoseconds and Namor in somewhere millisecond or nanosecond. So in short, the speed advantage I am giving to is Black Panther. Although with string, I have to give to Zi-O. While at best, Black Panther have fought people in higher source system level, but here's the thing, with Zi-O's dream ability, it's making a universal level, and state that he can able to predict and also see through futures and also prediction. So with universal that kind of power, it pretty much shows in true strength. So it's obvious I am giving strength advantage is to Zi-O. Although with intelligence, yeah, it's pretty clear that Black Panther definitely gets an intelligence, because basically enough, Zi-O's just a little kid. He still had to learn his new powers. Unlike Black Panther, he can basically like Black Panther, he have mastered everything, including martial arts. So it does make sense that he gets a talent advantage. Same experience, because basically enough, let's face it, Zi-O just faced some riders from different incarnations. However, for Black Panther, he has faced off several opponents who are out his league, such as the Wolverine and Namor. Since Namor half fought against the Thing, and Thing can able to be at planet level as sorts. So while Zi-O have much more experience against Night Riders, Black Panther has experience to face a tougher, powerful opponents like such as Namor, and also Wolverine to forgot to mention. Although with their ability, well, I had to give Black Panther for the vibranium suit, but I had to get the Zi-O. It really comes down, outside the armor, who can survive much more blows. Well, basically now, while Black Panther has survived a ton of blows without the armor or the suit, but Zi-O has shown that he able to survive lots of beings, including his future servant, which is some kind of from the future, and it does make sense. Though even with the great Zi-O power, it wasn't enough to take down Black Panther, because Black Panther has much more speed, intelligence, and experience to cap out the fight. Although there's one question though, can Zi-O's powers, including Grand Zi-O, can able to break through the vibranium suit? Well, you see, here's the thing. So yeah, that's pretty much done. But still, even though that Zi-O had the grand power of every 12 rider, but however, it wasn't enough to take down Black Panther's superior speed, intellect, and also experience. Although this is actually really comes down to be one question. Can Zi-O destroy the Black Panther's vibranium suit? Well, here's the thing. Well, I could say that if he used every single tablet from the riders, it will only affect and also hurt Black Panther, but personally not destroy it. Now, I don't think there's any way to destroying the vibranium suit. It's been shown that time again that only way that be destroyed if someone had the similar powers, or even if power now to be able to destroy it, like say adamantium or any other. And I know that it should be gone towards Black Panther, but this actually really comes down with outside help or outside armor. But despite this, even with the advantage with the vibranium suit, Black Panther still gets a win from speed, intelligence, and experience. Zi-O may have his power, but Black Panther had enough technology and the King of the Dead powers to win the fight. You could say that Zi-O really done the game by the Wakandan style. I know it seems, but anyways, the winner is Black Panther.